Yo guys, so I'm gonna talk about things you should consider before coming up to Alaska. You know what I'm saying? Things to think about so you don't get caught off guard. And I'm gonna help you. So if you're coming up to Alaska to live, work, I can't give you too much insight on living year round just because I don't live here year round. I'm here for the summertime. This is my first season here, actually. I got here in May, and it's been amazing so far. But there's ups and downs. Just like everything in life, there's always balance. So you gotta have, days where it rains, so you appreciate the sunshine. And yeah, so I wrote like two of these down just so I can have some type of structure kind of going. But for the most part, I'm gonna just name off what I know from number one. It is not always cold in Alaska. So when it comes to dressing up here, you want to dress in layers or at least have layers because you could be on a hike maybe early in the morning. It'll be like maybe 40, 50-ish. And then all of a sudden the sun pops out and it increases to like 70. And then in Alaska, 70 can feel like 75 or damn near 80, depending on where you at, or how the sun is. So as far as weather, it's not like nowhere in the lower 48 where the temperature is the temperature like for the whole day, pretty much. Now here, it can go from this to this within minutes. And it just depends on you mostly because a lot of people's body temperatures function differently. But you want to have layers. Now, when I say layers, I'm talking. Let me show you an example. Okay, so now that I'm outside, you won't believe how I have my phone hanging up right now on the branch. But now I can show you a great example of what I'm talking about when it comes to layers. So on a regular day like today, it's about 50, 55, cloudy, humid, a bit chilly, not too bad. So I have 3 layers on. Yo, give this video a like because it's cold and I'm stripping down for y'all. So this is my base layer, little t-shirt. Well, not base layer, but this is my first layer, I should say. So I got on my first layer. On a day like this is pretty cold for something like this. Unless you're doing like activities, jumping jacks, jogging, then t-shirt should be fine depending on the person. Everyone body temperature is different, to each his own. And a base layer is this. It is a thermal base layer is what they call it. You can find these at Walmart for pretty cheap, or you can get them online on Amazon, stuff like that. They hold the heat that's on your body. So I'm gonna hurry up and put this on because I'm getting chilly. And then the layer that's usually protects you from the elements and whatnot, or just that extra warmth. In my case, I have a Baja hoodie, aka the drug rug, in the Rastaman color. Rastafari blessed. So just like this, whew, I'm warm and I got shorts on, The most important thing is to keep your upper body at a good temperature. Your legs could withstand some pretty cold temperatures. But yeah, so I'm good now. And that's what I mean. So when you come to Alaska, come with layers. It's not about wearing a big ass jacket from H&M. You want to have layers, so as the weather changes, temperature changes, you can adjust. Okay, now that my body temperature is back to normal and I'm warm again, we're gonna go on to number 2. The second thing you should consider or know about before coming to Alaska, so you are prepared. Alaska is not cheap. It's expensive, and I'm talking about stuff like groceries and little knick-knack things you would get on a regular basis in the lower 48. When I first came here, I was pretty shocked on how expensive things were, but this could be a good thing or bad thing, depending on the person, but it's just something to consider. It's not the end of the world. At the end of the day, what you need is what you need, and there are plenty of ways to go about it, especially if you're working here. It shouldn't be that big of a deal because you'll still be saving tons of money just because you don't have many bills to pay. At least in a circumstance like I'm in, where I'm working seasonally and I have housing and whatnot, and the only thing I have to really pay for is food. So that's where most of my funds go. and whatever other expense, you can add it up and do your own thing. But yeah, Alaska does get pretty costly. So another thing you should know before coming up here is the scenery and greenery everywhere. Since I've been here, I have noticed and seen the change in the terrain. When I got here, there was still snow everywhere, and I slowly watched it change from spring to summer. And I put the quotes just because it was the chilliest summer I've ever had. Like, it was kind of weird to me, it being like 40 degrees in the middle of June or whatever, but hey, what do you expect? It's Alaska. Yeah, if you're in the lower 48 in one of those places where it's just rat race, hustle and bustle, hamster on the wheel that never stops every single day, this is a good escape from that. And when you come here, you actually slow way the hell down and realize that you could actually live life here and just learn things. I mean, every day is like a movie, but it is what you make it. So take that into consideration. Another thing I want to mention, there's money to be made here. There is tons of seasonal and full year-round jobs up here, especially for some of the seasonal workers that I've met. Some people have told me stories where they've came here with like almost no money and they made it happen, and they fell in love with it and decided to stay year-round, and they've been living here ever since. But yeah, there's so many jobs. Even if you could be as young as 18 and pretty much work anywhere. So I'm telling you, for you guys who are coming right out of high school, for you guys and girls who are coming right out of high school and don't want to follow the norm and want to try something different, try seasonal work in Alaska. It doesn't have to be Alaska, but I recommend you do it. You'll learn a lot about yourself and the world and people. Another thing to consider for you guys thinking of coming to Alaska or coming to Alaska for a season or moving full time, the summertime is very, very bright. And when I say that, I mean the sun doesn't set. So I got here in May, right? And remember the first night I got here, sun didn't go down to like maybe 10, 11 o'clock. And that was pretty shocking. But as the summer went on, up until about mid-June, it was daylight 24/7. I'm talking, it would be 3 a.m. and it would pretty much look like how it looks right now, but with the sun out because it wasn't cloudy during those times. But yes, it is very bright sunlight, so that's good for all my beautiful melanated people out there, and you know, stimulate your melanin for 2 months straight. It's weird because it gets cold, but it's so much sunlight that it still penetrates your skin, so that'll stimulate your melanin, you know, connect you to the divine. But yeah, listen to the birds chirping. It's the ancestors. But yeah, man, it's a wonderful place, man. It's a wonderful place. If you're thinking about coming up or whatever, just do it. Don't even make no other excuses. Just do it. Just do it. Things will work out. Really recommend it. I mean, look at this. I'm sure there's places like this down in the States, but there's no places like this at the same time. And my cabin is literally right there. I just walked not even 2 minutes out here, and there's all this. So yeah, I guess this is a shorter video. I'm just pretty much pacing up and down talking to y'all. And yeah, those are 5 things to know before coming up to Alaska. 5 random things I think you should consider and think about. So, yo, peace and love to everybody watching. We're almost to 500 subscribers. Very thankful for all the new people coming in and watching and commenting and letting me know that I'm helping their life out and showing them new ways and things that they didn't even know about. So that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I am doing something right, and I know I am doing something right, but it just puts even more confirmation that, yeah, Devay, keep going. So yeah, like I said, respect and big up to everybody. Till next video, peace.